everybody. Fill up our little classroom here. I'm just busy messing up the grade book. That's all right. I'll get it figured out. So a few people turned in some programs over the weekend. Some of you guys got with me last week and we worked on the program. I did post, if you haven't got the 4.02 program, which was 2 weeks ago, I did post a helper video in week 24. So if you go to week 24, and you'll see in there help for the 4.02 program. So that is there now for you. If you didn't make it to class last week, because last week during class I helped. Last week during class I helped anyone that came, and so several people came to class, and actually we got it done. But if you didn't come to class last week, I've posted a video for you. And all this hot weather, cold weather has finally got me. I woke up with a sore throat this morning. It's like, frustrating. But that's what it is. That's a good question. What are we doing all this testing this week? This is a busy week because tomorrow, let me review all of that good stuff. Let me look at all my notes. So yeah, the testing tomorrow. Testing week. Here it is. So 11th grade students, ACT testing, will be taking ACT at their home campus. So be there by 8:30. West students go to West. BHS students go to BHS. If you're at West, Miss Pinion will be in the front lobby to direct you to your testing locations. Anyone who's doing the seniors doing ACT work keys. Let's see. Let me see what it says about 10th grade, because that may be different, because I was thinking ACT right off there. If you're doing work keys, seniors go to their home campus as well. 9th and 10th grade students. Oh, 9th and 10th grade students are coming to the Gateway virtual classrooms. So 9th and 10th are coming to BHS. It's only the 11th and 12th that are going to their home campuses. 11th and 12th go to home campuses. 9th and 10th come to here to the virtual building, come to BHS where the virtual part is. So yeah, good thing you asked. Yeah, so I can get that clarified there. 11th and 12th only go to your campuses. 9th and 10th here for Atlas. Atlas testing is all here at the virtual building. And if you don't finish Atlas, we'll have additional like makeup testing on Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday and Friday come in there. So I believe you'll have the normal like RTI, like if your grade's below 70%, those meets will be for these classes. Like my class, I'll have class Wednesday, but just for those students whose grade's below 70%. Now on Thursday will be all your Tuesday classes. Since we're not having classes tomorrow because of all this testing, Tuesday classes will be on Thursday this week. Yeah, Wednesday is just a normal Wednesday. Go to class if you're supposed to go to class. Don't go to class if your grades are good. You know, so Wednesday is just a normal Wednesday this week, unless you didn't finish your Atlas and need to come back Wednesday and finish it. That'll be available. We'll have a teacher that's helping get that done for anyone who doesn't finish. But I think most everyone will be able to finish. So I don't expect there to be like a bunch of people that need to be here Wednesday finishing Atlas testing. So Wednesday is a normal Wednesday for virtual this week, except for those few students who may need to finish their Atlas testing. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think we got all that. That's good. Good questions, Reagan. We need to review that because this week is a little different than normal. And all the Tuesday classes will move to Thursday this week because testing is statewide. I mean, juniors across the state are taking the ACT tomorrow. It's not just us. So everywhere, all over the state. So busy. Okay. With that being said, let's Let's pull up our curriculum and see what we're doing today. Let's take a look at what the grade screen says we should be at. You should have 4.01, 4.02, 4.03. Last week was just a 5-question quiz about the logic of and, or, and not. But this week, I think we're going to use and, or, and not. So 4.04 lists is what's due this week. So let's go take a look at that lesson. So wonder what in the world it's talking about. Lists. Make a list. Check it twice. Hey, that sounds familiar. Oh, like types of ice cream flavors, top Google searches, animals that are considered endangered, names of Lego sets, presidential candidates. All of these things have something in common. They're lists of values. They're things, their names, their occurrences, their collections of data. These values, if they're scattered separately, would make like an endless pile of post-it notes. But when organized into lists, they suddenly make a whole lot more sense. In programming, you can organize collections of data together in order, so when you need them, they're nice and tidy all in one place. So after this lesson, we'll be able to explain how lists can be used to store a collection of data and explain how to traverse through lists using a for loop. Organizing your list. So when you search for music in iTunes, you can search by song, or by genre, or by artist, or even by rating. Each of these pulls from a set of data that's already programmed into iTunes. When you add music to your library, that data gets added to the program. And when working with large sets of data, it helps to be able to store and organize things. So Python lets you do that with a list. It's a structure in Python. Oh, they misspelled Python in Python. It's a structure in Python that stores multiple values. You can add data to the list. You can delete data from your list. You can change data in your list. And when creating lists, Python assigns each item to an index position. It's like numbering it. It numbers the items in your list. And the first item is numbered 0. Remember, Python starts counting with 0. That's what computers do. So, yeah, the first index position in Python is 0, not 1. So let's compare a non-programming list to a programming list to see how this works. So notice in a regular list, you start with number 1. If you were making a list of your top 10 things, you would start with number 1. Python will start with 0 because that's how computers think. This is important because if you needed to change an item, change the third thing on your list, well, in Python, that would be item number 2 because that would be the third thing because it would go 0, 1, 2. So you need to make sure you refer to the correct index position. So start at 0. So let's look. Non-programming list. This is our GeekyCon to-do list because we're going to GeekyCon this year. And so when we go to GeekyCon, we have to get our membership online before deadline. We got to book our hotel with our friends, plan our costume. We got to dress up for GeekyCon, right? Get our costume supplies, sew the costume, construct our dragon wings because we're wearing dragon wings this year. Book our travel, download the convention app, pack everything, and go to GeekyCon. But in programming, that would be numbered 0 to 9. Same list, 1 to 10, 0 to 9. Python counts a little differently. So we got to remember that when we're working with our programs here. Page 3. What can you do with lists? Well, Python's list structure allows you to become an organizational genius and create the list of your dreams. You can add, you can delete, you can manipulate the items in your list just by referencing the index number. So here's a list that breaks it all down. 0, you can give your list a name like GeekyCon to-do list. And that will store as many items or elements of data as you need to add. You can delete any element you want to remove. You can add new elements. You can replace elements with new ones. You can access or reference elements of the list. So understanding list syntax. What if you want to make a list of all the things you need to do before the convention? Well, this list ensures you don't forget any of your geeky essentials. So we have the name of the list, a new variable name, GeekyCon to-do list. And we put an equal sign. And then we create the list like this. You use the square brackets. This is not parentheses. This is square brackets. And then we list everything separated by commas. Now notice, since these are words, we have to put them in quotes, because that's literally what our list is made of. Get membership online before deadline. Quotes, comma, quotes, book hotel with friends, comma, quotes, plan costume, comma, and we're creating our list and storing it with these brackets in the name GeekyCon to-do list. What if you want to make a list of numbers instead of words like this? We don't have to put those in quotes. In fact, if we put them in quotes, it'll think it is words. If it's just numbers, like the GeekyCon memberships per day list, 1005, 2346, 708, 902, we just put commas in between them. Put them in the square brackets. No quotes. Quotes are only for letters, for words. What if you don't know what type of list it's going to be, words or numbers? Well, you can create an empty list that you can fill later. You just create empty list equals bracket, open, close brackets. Then we can add things to the list throughout the program. So that's an option there. So let's take a look at how this works. Now you know how they work. Let's see how you can create one, go through its values, even make changes. Because we love lists, we'll use another one to go over the basics. Here is a list about lists. Does a list have to have a name? Yes. It doesn't have to have the word list in the name, but that tends to make it more meaningful if you're trying to remember what it is. But yes, you have to give your list a name. How do you create a list? You assign your list a name using an equal sign. To-do list equals. And then you use brackets and list the items on your list separated by commas. And remember, if you're using string literals, put them in quotes. If you're using numbers, you don't use the quotes. How do you find how long your list is? Like maybe you've typed a bunch of things, you don't want to have to count them. There's a command called len, length. So we said length equals len to-do list, and we put the name of the list there, and it will return a number telling you how many things are in your list. That can be pretty handy. How do you access a specific item that's on your list? Because each list is assigned an index number, you can call a specific item by calling its index position, like print to-do list item number 1, which would be the second thing on your list, right? Because item number 0 would be the first thing. But we can just use to-do list bracket 1 bracket, and that will go pull the number 1 item out of the to-do list, which is the second item. How do you traverse or access the values of a list? You can do a for loop, like for in, just choose a variable, in range 0, start at 0 and go to the length of your to-do list. That way you don't have to count, you don't have to know how long your list is. Just make a loop that says for in range 0 to length of to-do list, and then print each one. Print the string number, like this is item number 0 is this. Item number 1 is this. Item number 2 is this. How do you change or append? Append means, to change it or add something to it. I'm sorry, not change it, add it. So if we want to append to a list, that means we want to put another thing on the list. So there's a command called append. To-do list dot, you put dot append, stay in pajamas. And that will add that to the bottom of your list. It'll go to the last thing. You don't even have to know how many items are on the list. It'll go to the very end of the list and add another thing. We appended something to the list. Deleting something. There's a command called del, delete. Delete to-do list item number 2, index 2, which would be the third item on the list, right? Here's the change. How do you change something? You say, I want to-do list item number 4 to be this now. So whatever item number 4 was, which is the 5th thing on your list, whatever item number 4 was will be replaced with find close. Okay, so this is a great reference right here. When you're working with lists, which we will in our program, this page right here, page 4, tells you how to do commands to access things, access the whole list, add things, delete things, change things. Love it right here. Now here's some programs, sample programs that we're going to play with here. Lists in Python, define main. Okay, here's a list of names. Names equals, and they put Chewie and Captain Kirk and Hermione and Storm and Buzz. Length equals len, that's that length command. Tell me how long my list is for names. Now our print statements say, hey, when you're at GeekyCon, you have length, that's this right here, characters to find. And they are, and then we're going to print the list. When we run the program at GeekyCon, you have 5 characters. So it automatically checked right there to see how long. We didn't have to count because it could change. It automatically counted how many items are on our list, and it says you have 5 characters to find. They are, and here it printed the list. Chewie, Captain Kirk, Hermione, Storm, Buzz. All right, let's look at the second sample program. Same list. Chewie, Captain Kirk, Hermione, Storm, Buzz. Length still, that nothing's changed. First will equals whichever, names is the name of our list, whichever item is in index 0. That's the first. The last, we're going to say, is the length minus 1. So the names, if the length is 5, right, this will check and say there's 5 things. So names 4 will pull 0, 1, 2, 3. It'll be equal to Buzz. Then we can print. Chewie's the first character I want to meet. Buzz will be the last character I meet. We're going to do them in order, apparently. When you run that, there it is. First, it pulled the 0 index item from our list. It put that in the print statement. Chewie's the first character I want to meet. And then it went to say, oh, it's a length of 5, so I'll subtract 1 and pull the index number 4, which is the last item on the list, and print here. Buzz will be the last character I meet. These are great samples to show us how to pull information out. So when you have your list and you need to print something from your list, this helps a lot. Okay, now what are we doing with this list? Here's the same list. We're still tracking how long it is. Oh, now we have a for loop. For in range 0 to however long it is. We could have just said length instead of len names because we've already stored len names as length, but either one. Print hello, and then whichever loop number we're on. Hello, Chewie. Hello, Captain Kirk. Hello, Hermione. Hello, Storm. Hello, Buzz. This is a great example of how to print everything on your list. Why did Mr. Brock emphasize that? This week, you're going to create a list and you're going to print everything on your list. There you go. Giving you a great example of how to print everything on your list. And if we needed to number it, we could number it this way. We can say string in plus. We could just print the loop number. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we want that to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can just add 1 to the loop number. 1, hello, Chewie. 2, hello, Captain Kirk. 3, hello, Hermione. All right, let's look at the fourth one. Lists in Python. By name. Here's our same list. Still checking the length. Here's the original list. We're printing We're printing the list. Now what are we doing? We're going to replace a value in the list. We're going to say we want name 1, which currently is Captain Kirk, right? Because Chewie is 0. Captain Kirk is going to be replaced by Spock. Because we said we want index item number 1 now to be Spock. So Spock replaces Captain Kirk, and then we'll print the whole list again. And we should see Captain Kirk has been replaced. Then we're going to say names.append. Add to my list Rex. Rex is added to the list, and it's going to print the list again. And this time it should have Rex added on. So it should have 6 names. And then we're going to delete number 4. You got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to delete the 5th item on the list. Print the list again. Let's run it. The original list: Chewie, Captain Kirk, Hermione, Storm, Buzz. Then we did names 1 equals Spock. Now the list becomes Chewie, Spock, Hermione, Storm, Buzz, because Spock moved into the number 1 position and it replaced Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk's no longer in that spot. Then we did the append. We need to add 1. Chewie, Spock, Hermione, Storm, Buzz, and Rex. Look, we have a 6th name on our list. Go find it, GeekyCon. Then the last thing we did was deleted number 4, which would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one should disappear. So when we print the list again, Chewie, Spock, Hermione, Storm, Rex, Buzz disappeared because we deleted. So this program right here, slide 4 of 5 on page 4, shows you how to print the list, print or replace a name on the list, add a name to the list, and delete a name from the list. Ah, very nice. Yes, look at the last slide. Names: Chewie, Spock. This is our new list: Chewie, Spock, Hermione, Storm, Rex. Photos: we've created a second list now. This is a list of numbers. We have a list called names. We have a list called photos. And we have 5 numbers in that list. And we're going to say total equals 0. So we created a variable called total. Now we're doing a loop, for n in range 0 to length of names. So however long this list is, which is 5, so 0 to 5, print names and n. So first it's going to print the 0. Chewie, it's going to print the 0 indexed name. Took string. Now we have to do that string because this is numbers. It can't print words and numbers together unless we use the str command. Photos 0. It's going to use the 45. So it's printing the 0 indexed name and the 0 indexed photos. And then add that to the total, whatever that 0 index photo is. And then print total photos taken. It's keeping track of this total as it goes through this loop many times. Right, it's going through that loop 5 times. Let's run it. Chewie took 45 photos. Spock took 12 photos. Hermione took 33 photos. Storm took 24 photos. And Rex, he's a real camera hound, 106 photos. Total photos taken, 220. Using a loop to print each item from each list. Chewie and 45, Spock and 12. See, Chewie and 45, Spock and 12, Hermione and 33. Just using a loop, counting with n as our variable name, and printing all of the list. All right, that is the end of that lesson because page 5 is just going to give us the assignment. We do have an assignment this week. Let's go. That is the other class. Here it is. 404. I do have the AI tutor here to help you with your program, which somebody's using it last week or last program, and I can see a lot of good stuff. Here is our programming assignment. Lists. Write a program to ask the user for their favorite item in a given category. So you're going to choose the category. You're going to say like favorite Queen songs or favorite Lego kits or whatever you want. Pick a category and make a list of your 5 only favorite things. Like could be actors, books, cars, whatever. Define your main function, put your name, date, purpose, use meaningful names. Ask the user what their favorite is in your car. What's your favorite car, right? Like maybe I'm going to list my favorite cars. My favorite movies, my 5 favorite movies. Ask the user what theirs is. And then by using a list and a loop and if statements, let the user know, print a message, let the user know if their favorite matches one on your list. What's your favorite movie? Groundhog Day. Hey, that's on my list. Then print your entire list to the screen and number it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Here's my number 1 favorite. Here's my number 2 favorite. In that order. Write your pseudocode. So we're going to use lists and we're going to search the list using a loop. Right? Create the list, make a loop, search through to see if there's a match, and then tell the user whether or not it matches. Turn in your zip file. Here's one. What is your favorite Star Wars character? Cool. We both like Chewbacca. So I guess when that box popped up, the user typed Chewbacca and it was on the list. And here they printed their top 5 after they asked them that. Chewbacca, Yoda, Rey, R2-D2, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then answer the questions at the bottom. So lists. All right, give this a shot. If you're struggling with it, come to class on Wednesday and say, okay, Mr. Brock, I'm here, but I'm stuck on the loop part. That's not working. Great. We'll look at loops on Wednesday then. If that's what you need help with. I'm having trouble creating my list. Great. We'll look at lists on Wednesday if you need help with that. But just let me know if you're struggling. But give this a shot. This could be a lot of fun. Pick your list. You're going to make a list about your favorite 5 of whatever. My 5 favorite candy bars. 5 favorite desserts. My 5 favorite teachers. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. Your choice. Yeah, give that a shot. Look back at that lesson. The lesson has a loop in there where it goes through. So if you put an if statement in your loop, if whatever the user said equals the item on the list, and it's going through a loop, so it can check your list 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did it match any of them? Print, hey, that's on my list. Or it didn't find a match. Sorry, that's not on my list. Here's my favorite 5. And you use a loop to print your favorite 5, which there's an example exactly how to print your favorite 5 in our lesson there. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you this week. Let's go tackle the week. Do great on your testing tomorrow, whatever you're doing, work keys, ACT, Atlas testing, all that fun stuff. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow in the hallway.